And whoever came up with that as their commercial slogan, that advertising agency, they are cashing in.
It's the best since the Bullfrogs for Budweiser. But hey,
dilly.
So, something to you, Doug. I think if you're Lions and you want Barkley, I believe you're going to have to move to the number 2 spot. Cleveland's not giving you that number 4 spot because they want him. And Cleveland could simply move up to that 3 and probably give whoever's there, give them a 6th-round pick. Don't sweat off of them.
Yeah, but the Giants don't want to move out of that because the Giants want to draft the quarterback.
So they'd be moving back 1 spot. Cleveland's already taking a quarterback at 1, so Cleveland's not going to take their quarterback at 3. So for the Giants, it would be a win-win. But anyways, so the point I want to talk about the Lions. So as a fan, you start to wonder, does this organization know where they're going? Every year, I feel like every year we're drafting somebody offense in the first round. Yet we're not winning. 3 of the 4 teams that are left have defense in the top 5. None of them have a running game in the top 10.
Well, Jacksonville got there in part though because Fournette's been really good.
He has, but either way, they're still not in the top 10. And I look at it. You're bringing in a defensive-minded coach, yet you still want to go offense in the first round as an organization.
Is that the only? Well, hold on, Ed. Is that the only resource you have? Is a first-round pick, or do you have $50 million in cap space you can use on defense?
No, I get that. But if you're going to go for after that home run, it's going to cost you a lot of your picks.
I agree.
If you don't go after that home run running back, and you stick, what impact player can I trust this organization to get in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th round of defense? Because under Quinn, they haven't shown me that they can get a massively impact player. They can't find that diamond in the rough yet. So it makes me scratch my head. Like, what are you guys really doing?
Wait a sec. I mean, first of all, Quinn's had 2 drafts. And in his 2 drafts, his mid to late round picks, he's actually done a pretty decent job. I mean, no, he doesn't have like some superstar, but I think we'd all agree.
Well, they got the best return guy in the NFL.
They got the best return guy in the NFL in the 5th round. They got Kenny Golladay in the 3rd round. I think there's a lot of intrigue in Jalen Reeves-Maybin, and I'm not like leg humping him over these picks yet, but Zettel had 6.5 sacks as the 2nd, 6th round pick that they had that year. I mean, I think that there's some reason to believe he's done a nice job in the mid to late rounds. If I got $50 million to spend and I spend most of that on defense, and I get Saquon Barkley and a couple other draft picks mixed in, because you know what they had last year? 2 defensive players they took at the top of the draft. And in fact, of Quinn's 1st and 2nd round picks, 3 of the 4 have been dedicated to defense. So it's not like he's ignored the defensive side of the ball with big assets in the draft.
No, I'm just curious though, as a fan, at some point you're either going to want the greatest show on turf, which means you go all in offense and you deal with what you got on defense, or you've got a better than average quarterback.
Okay. Let me ask you this, because I get what you're saying about the defenses, and I'd love to have a dominant defense. But I could also make the argument you don't have to put a resource at all into a quarterback because there's only 1 first-round quarterback left. And I don't think that's a smart way to move either.
Well, I don't want a quarterback.
I know. I don't want a quarterback either. But, Ed, the point is, if you're going, well, look at the defenses that are left. That's how you do it. I could say the same thing about quarterback. We got a 6th-rounder, an undrafted free agent, a 3rd-rounder, and 1 first-rounder who's probably the worst of the – well, you could argue Bortles was the worst of the 4, but Foles probably is the worst of the 4. But there's only 1 first-round quarterback left. Does that mean you don't draft quarterbacks in the 1st round? No. There's just different ways to do it. Now, do I want them to continue to build the defense? Absolutely. And they're going to need to, and they're going to need veteran guys on defense. And I think most of that free agent money will go to defense. 248-539-9797. Rob is in Ann Arbor and next. Hi, Rob.
Hey there.
Hey.
I was just listening. I'm into the draft and all that, but I'm not up on some of the top players. But just listening to the discussion, I'm like, there's a new term out there that I just thought of. Maybe it's something about the Lions. I look at teams, and I mentioned to the screener, I said, you look at New England, and he made me aware, well, you can't compare New England to the Lions. And he said, how about Jacksonville? And I said, well, yeah, there's these teams that kind of shuffle players in and out. They get them into a system, and it works every once in a while. You were talking earlier about Minnesota and that quarterback that they, dragged off the scrap heap and that. And so anyhow, yeah, I just kind of like, gosh, we're due. I don't care how they do it. I don't care if they take a 50-rounder or a first-rounder or what they do, but jeepers, it's something about the Lions. And, gosh, it's entertaining going through it year after year. It's kind of fun. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. But, gosh, I watched that Minnesota game. I watched the luck they had throwing that ball down the sideline, and I just reflect back and I say, man, we're due,
Well, it's hard not to think the Lions are due for some good luck. And Lord knows that play at the end of the Minnesota game, there was some luck involved.
Not quite sure what that was. All right, Gator, last night, NBA, did you see the Chris Dunn play of the Chicago Bulls?
I did not.
Okay, Google search it. And take a quick look.
I can go to 971theticket.com and find it.
There you go. Chris Dunn. He's got a fast break. He goes up and he dunks. And he probably hangs onto the rim when he shouldn't have. He was stretched out, hung onto the rim, loses his balance on the dismount, if you will, and he lands directly on his face. Except he doesn't really lead with anything other than his mouth. And he broke, I believe it was his 2 top front teeth in half. Goes for the dunk, hangs on a bit long, and smashes his face into the United Center floor.
Yeah, that's not going to feel good.
No.
Hang on.
All right. Well, you really, really take forever to Google search something.
Well, I didn't Google search it. I went to our website to find it.
Anyway,
I found it, though. Hang on.
All right. Leads directly with the face.
The face.
Yes.
He's got a breakaway.
Yeah. Dunk.
Gonna dunk. Nice. Oh,
Bam.
ow. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just been tweeted out on our Twitter page at 971theticket. XYT.
Oh, great. A head-on angle now.
Yes. Have you ever lost your teeth playing sports? Because Gator.
Oh,
yeah.
Kiss the court.
I play hockey. I got a cage. I got the mouthpiece, right?
Yeah.
I'm not interested in losing any chiclets. When I was a kid, I saw a kid get hit with a baseball in the mouth, lose a tooth. I was playing guns with some friends once, bang, you're dead, that type of thing.
Uh-huh.
And they got into an argument with Morgan. Morgan said he shot me before I said I shot him, so I threw my gun at him, hit him in the mouth, and knocked out his two teeth. It was not one of my final
good
moments.
anger management from Doug.
But have you ever had this happen to you while playing? Losing chiclets?
I've never done that. However, I had a friend of mine who was a year older than me. I heard a story about him, how kids just do stupid things.
Like throwing guns at their friends?
Like throwing guns at their friends. Or
toy guns.
Somebody taught somebody how to hyperventilate so that you would, like, almost pass out or whatever, get that feeling of passing out.
Yeah.
So this one kid did. And he took 2 steps. He's like, I'm fine. I don't know what you're talking about. And then passed out, falling face down, knocked his teeth out.
97.1 the ticket.